Dunk here. If you've ever wondered how to cash out your crypto and get that money into your bank account quickly, then this is the video for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through the whole process, step by step. But before we dive in, if you wouldn't mind just smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and ringing the bell, it really does help tell the algorithm to share these videos with more people that could benefit from them. And just a quick reminder, I am not a financial advisor, so be sure that you are always doing your own research. All right, let's get into it. So what we're going to go over today is we are going to take a token. I'm demonstrating this on the Solana blockchain, but the principles still apply no matter what blockchain we are talking about. But I'm going to take that token and I'm going to swap it into something that I could send to a centralized exchange. I'm going to be using Coinbase, and then we're going to be able to send those funds directly to our bank account. But since this is a token, not every token is available on these centralized exchanges like Coinbase, so we will need to swap into a token that we could then send to one of these exchanges. And today I'm going to be using USDC. I'm going to be demonstrating this with the Phantom wallet today. Phantom does support Solana, Ethereum mainnet, Polygon, and Bitcoin, but if you happen to be using something like a layer 2 Ethereum, you just want to use something like MetaMask or maybe the Rabbit wallet, because this is more about learning the concept, because if you're trying to liquidate your crypto back into dollars, you probably already have a wallet. First, we're going to swap our tokens from my Phantom wallet into USDC. I'm going to be demonstrating using Gary, but maybe it's Bonk, maybe it's Jupe, maybe it's on a different blockchain. Just swap it out with whichever token you are using. You could swap a lot of these things directly in the wallet, but they do hold their own set of fees, and it's the way that these wallets actually make money. For example, I could just find Gary, which I'm swapping, and I could swap it directly into USDC, but there is an additional fee when you do it this way. You could also just go directly to a liquidity provider like Radium, and you could just search for the token. I'm just going to search for Gary, and you can swap it directly here. This might have a little bit less fees. You're basically just cutting the middleman out of this. Another option is using something like an aggregator like Jupiter, where it is going to find the best deal and might swap between multiple currencies. And just remember, this might look a little different if you were operating on a different blockchain. And also a quick tip, you probably already know this, you will also need a little bit of SOL in your wallet to cover things like gas fees and platform fees. If you are using a different blockchain, make sure that you check out what the gas token is for that network, because it might not be SOL. For example, Solana uses SOL, Ethereum uses Ether, Polygon uses Mavic, and Bitcoin uses Bitcoin. And when you send, it will use that token. You may need different wallets for different blockchains, and you could see the ones that are in the Phantom wallet right here. So I'm going to go ahead and swap $5 worth of Gary into USDC. We went over multiple different ways to do it, but I'm just going to use the Jupiter aggregator. I have my wallet installed in the browser. You could also do this on mobile by just going to the Jupiter aggregator in the Phantom wallet's browser. And I'm going to connect my wallet, click connect wallet. I'm going to pick Phantom. You'll get a pop-up like this. It says connect, confirming it's for jup.ag. Always double check that this is correct. Confirming will allow this site to view the balance and activity for the selected account. So I'm going to hit connect when I am ready and sure that this is all legit. And now the wallet is connected. Now I need to pick the coin that I am selling. I'm going to be selling Gary, so I'm going to select Gary. And if it doesn't already fill in, you could just swap this to whatever token you are swapping to. In this case, I am swapping to USDC. And you can just find it right here, USDC. Now I'm going to enter the amount of Gary that I'd like to sell. I'm trying to sell about $5 worth, so I'm just going to hit max. You can just enter in whichever amount it's going to be. So that's going to give me about $5.21 in USDC, which is pegged to the US dollar. And since Jupiter is an aggregator and there's no trading pair between these two different coins, I'm able to go directly to USDC. You see the Gary was swapped into Solana at Radium, and then Meteora swapped it into USDC. When I'm ready, I just hit the swap button. You get a pop-up. There's a small platform fee in Solana that's paid to Jupiter. Then you will get your USDC, and then you will send your Gary or whatever other token you are using. It will show the network you're on, as well as the network fee. Always verify that it is the correct URL that you're confirming with, and when you are satisfied, hit the confirm button. And it is processing the transaction, and then transaction was confirmed. And when we go back over to our wallet, click on USDC, and we can see that 67 Gary was swapped into 5.2107 USDC. And the reason why I'm picking USDC over other ones is because it's a stable coin and it's compatible with multiple blockchains. So no matter what blockchain you are doing this on, you're going to be able to swap into USDC and then send it to platforms like Coinbase or Crypto.com that are going to be able to liquidate it for you. If you did want to leave it in something like Solana, be my guest. But now that we have USDC, let's send it over to Coinbase. We're going to need to find the correct wallet address in Coinbase. Like I said, USDC can go to multiple different blockchains. And in this case, we are going to be doing Solana. So go ahead and set up your Coinbase account. You will also need something like a bank account linked to this. I'm not going over that in this video, so just make sure that your account is linked to your Coinbase account because that's going to be where you are going to be sending your funds. Coinbase makes it pretty straightforward. You just come up here to the top right corner where it says transfer, and then I'm going to click receive crypto. Now you are going to need to select the right currency. So I'm going to take this drop down that says Solana, and I'm going to go down here and click USDC. And again, USDC operates on multiple different blockchains, so we're going to need to go to this drop-down menu and find the blockchain that we want to be on. We have all these different options. Some are mainnet Ethereum, some are second layer Ethereum, some are their own blockchain, but they all allow you to send USDC to them. One thing to note is Ethereum does have a fee where pretty much everything else is free. So I'm going to click Solana. It's going to give you that warning again. Receiving crypto over the wrong network could mean losing your funds. Again, I'm not giving you financial advice. I'd always say double, triple check your wallet address, your blockchain, make sure that that's all correct. I'm going to click I understand. And there we go. Now I have a Solana USDC wallet. And if I want to refresh it, I could always refresh it. If I want to just copy it, I can copy it. So if anybody ever sent USDC to this wallet address, it would just go directly into my Coinbase account. But as it says down below, this address can only receive USDC from the Solana network. So now back over on my Phantom wallet, I'm going to go down to USDC and click USDC, and we are going to click send. I'm going to paste this wallet address right here, and then I'm going to enter the amount that I'm going to send. I'm just going to send $5 in USDC. This makes it really easy to just calculate in USD value since USDC is pegged to the US dollar. And we're going to verify that everything's correct. I always like to read the beginning and the end of these, making sure that everything is correct. BFQG. And remember, there's always going to be some form of network fee. This is called gas, and you paid in the gas token for that blockchain. In this case, that is Solana. When you are ready, hit send, and it will start processing and send this USDC to my Coinbase account. And it says sent. $5 of USDC was successfully sent to this wallet address, and you could view the transaction right here on SolScan. And we can verify right here that it was successful. So back over on Coinbase, and then I'm going to quickly refresh my page, make sure that I'm clicked on my assets. I can go down to my cash because USDC is listed under my cash. If you send any other token, it's just going to be listed under my crypto. And I could see that it has now increased by $5 compared to the 106.39 that was in here before. And if you're finding this guide helpful, be sure to go check out DeFiEarner.com for more tips and strategies to manage your crypto and earn in DeFi like a pro. I drop a lot of cool resources here, as well as giveaways, so be sure to go check it out. So now that your USDC is on Coinbase, we can convert it into USD. We're just going to head up here to the top where it says buy and sell. We're going to toggle over from buy to sell. For the coin that we are selling to, let's select USD wallet. And then for the coin that we are selling, we're going to select USDC. I'm going to sell $5 USD worth of USDC, which is the same amount. And I'm going to click review order. One note is it says that there is no fees, but sometimes there could be fees depending on what you're swapping. Coinbase does waive a lot of their USDC fees, but if you are going from another currency into US dollars or anything like that, there may be some fees, and I avoid this using Coinbase One. I'm not pitching you on this. I'm just telling you that that's how I pay a flat fee for all of my fees for the entire month. At the time of this video, I believe it's $30 a month, and I am in the United States, so it may be different depending on where you are in the world. All right. When we are ready and we're sure, we're going to sell our $5 USDC. It's going to go into the USD wallet, and there's no fees, $5. I'm going to hit sell now. The order was submitted, and it went through already. Trade successful. You sold $5 USDC. And when this is complete, hit done, and we can see our USDC balance went down by $5, and our US dollar balance went up by $5. Now that we've got USD, let's move it to your bank account. You've got a couple different options. So we're going to come up here where it says transfer, click that, and I'm going to come down right here where it says withdraw cash. We can see the only amount that I have available is $5 USD, and right below that, we have our options on how we could transfer the funds. I'm going to click that. The three options really are your bank account, you could do a debit card, and you could do PayPal. The bank transfer usually takes 1 to 3 business days, but it is free. Then there's also a debit card, and the way that this works is it reverse charges onto your debit card, but there is a fee that they charge, so even if you have Coinbase One, this does have a fee. Then there's also PayPal, where it will just deposit it directly into your PayPal account. If you don't have your payment method already added, you can always hit add payment method, and then you could add things like another bank account, another debit card, or you could do wire transfers, but this is usually reserved for larger amounts. If you do need to expedite it, pick one of those options, but I'm going to pick the bank option. Again, make sure that you have the amount entered. I'm going to do $5, and I'm going to click preview. It will give you a breakdown where it says transfer from USD wallet, transfer to. It gives me an estimate about when the funds will arrive. It estimated 1 to 3 days, so it's estimating 3 days out. There is no withdrawal fee because it's a bank transfer. And then there's total $5. I'm gonna hit withdrawal cash now. It says the withdrawal is pending. We'll email you when your withdrawal status updates. You can leave this page while you wait. Click done. And now if we refresh our page, our US dollar amount has gone back down to 0. And that's it. That's how you could take any token and cash it out into dollars and put it into your bank account. So when people say things like funny money, or they don't think that there's actually any value in crypto, you could show them how you take your crypto, turn it into dollars, and put it directly into your bank account. Do you have any questions about cashing out your crypto? You could drop them in the comments at youtube.com/@theblockchain. I read and respond to as many comments as I can. Today, I showed you how I cash out my crypto, and now you could do the same. Whether you're sending your funds to your bank or to PayPal, it's actually super easy to liquidate your crypto. If you're looking to connect with other crypto enthusiasts, join my Discord community at dunkmedia.club and let's keep the conversation going. Again, I'm Dunk. Keep creating, keep earning passive income with DeFi, and I will see you in the next video.